Hey guys, welcome to another series on my channel. It's been a while since I made a video. I apologize for that. I've been freaking busy and I'm so sorry. I did not neglect you guys. I've been so busy. I had a lot on my mind. I had academic issues, I had exams to write. My laptop screen got messy, my laptop charger got burned, so many things got spoiled. But I'm back now, to the glory of God, and I've decided to make it up to you guys with this series. So I don't usually make a series on my channel, but just to make it up to you guys, we're going to create something much bigger than we usually do. So in today's video or series, we're going to be creating an e-commerce theme with HTML, CSS, and SASS, which is SCSS. So for those of you who don't know SASS is a CSS preprocessor, which makes writing CSS a lot easier and enjoyable because we have a lot of features like we have ability to use variable nesting, utility classes, mixing, and so on and so forth. So for those of you who know little to nothing about SASS, I will highly suggest you watch a SASS crash course first. Like I recommend Travis Media SASS crash course because I actually learned from there and I gained a lot from it. So feel free to watch that. And nonetheless, I will be explaining all I do along as we proceed through this series to the best of my abilities. So feel free to stick around and let's take a look at what we're going to create. So this is going to be the landing page. It looks like this. So this is our header with the logo and our input to search and our user icon and also the shopping cart icon. We have this little slogan, or what do I call this, with this image, and we have this section of the product with the buttons and some random text and our buttons to buy now. We have the image also. We also have this section, the material, and some random text, the image also, and we have each product. So these are 4 products currently, Nike, Clarks, Jordan, and so on. So we're going to be creating this. We use a lot of CSS grid and CSS flex property. We also have this section which is our top brand with their logo. This is Jordan, Dr. Martins, Clark, Nike, and so on. We also have this section which is the discount section. So we have the logo, we have the discounts, and we also have this button to sign up today. We also have this section to make people follow us on social media, and lastly we have our footer with the newsletter. So to input your email to receive the newsletter and so on. So let's check each individual page. So as you can see, we have this page. We have the image and we have the details. We have the item number, the price. We have this select button to select this the size, the quantity. We have the description. We have the text. We have the key features. We have the footer. Lastly, so we can decide to add it to cart. And as the name suggests, it is just an e-commerce theme. So there is no real functionality in this. This is not a full stack application, it's just a theme. So everything you see here is hard coded. All text, all image, everything, they are all hard coded stuff. So in the future, if you guys want me to create something more real with real functionalities like a full stack application where we probably use Express at the front end, React at the front end, and Node.js and MongoDB at the backend and database, then feel free to leave that in the comment below and I'll be sure to work on that. But currently we will just have this simple theme. So this is the shopping cart. We have 2 items in it. They are all hard coded. So we have the image, the name, the price, the quantity. I have the delete button to delete it, which is actually not working. If I click on this, nothing works. And we have the total. We also have the button to proceed to checkout, which looks like this. So this is our shipping. We have our address, blog, 190 something, and so on, the city and country, and so on. You can also proceed to payment, which looks like this. So this is the payment. We have 3 payment methods. We have cash on delivery, PayPal, and so on. also press proceed, and this is to place the order. This is just our summary. So we have the shipping address with the hard-coded address, we have the payment method, we have the order, so what we ordered, we have the order summary, so with the total, and we can decide to place order like this, and it takes us to our user profile page, which we can edit our name, our phone number, we can change our password, we can update them, and we can see our orders, the ones that have been delivered, the ones that have not been delivered, with the price, when, the dates that in which they were delivered, the name, and so on. So that being said, we also have our sign in and sign up page like this. So let's come down here, and this is our sign up page, which looks like this. With this our form and this button, stuff like this. We also have our login page, which looks like this. So it looks like this is the login page to sign in, and everything looks pretty basic. We're going to do not so much of a copying and pasting, but many things are quite identical. So like the form, you can kind of copy and paste some, but it's actually quite nice. It's a very cool series, I think, and it's also very responsive. So we're going to use a lot of media queries. So on smaller screen it looks like this. This is all stacked and it looks really nice, I think. So this looks like this. This is the landing page. It looks like this. This becomes stacked. The text and the font becomes much smaller. Everything looks like this. This became much smaller. This became all stacked. Also, we're using the CSS Flex wrap for this. This is also the CSS Flex, all stacked, and everything looks pretty nice. Let's check this out. So this becomes stacked also. This works fine. Everything works really cool, I think. And we have to check the shopping cart. It also looks like this. Everything looks cool like this, and I guess that would be all. So just so you guys know, we're also going to be deploying this to the internet. We're going to be using Netlify, which is a free hosting account. It helps us deploy website to the internet. We're going to do that, so stick around to the end of the series to get that. And what else do we need? I would like to show you guys. Okay, and without further ado, I guess we should just jump in. So like I said, we're going to be using SASS, and we cannot include SASS file directly into the index, into the HTML file. We have to include our regular CSS. So to do that, we're going to need a compiler to compile the SASS into our regular CSS. So we have two ways which I know of. I know of the Node SASS, and I also know of the Live SASS compiler, which is what we're going to be using in this series. And it is a Visual Studio Code extension, and I highly recommend it to anyone using Visual Studio Code. I'll show you both ways, so for those who are not using Visual Studio Code, so they will be able to follow along. So the first is going to be the Node SASS. So let us minimize this for now. Create our folder. So we're going to call this e-commerce theme. Then we're going to open this with Visual Studio Code. Open with code like this, and it looks like this. And what do we need? Let's close this page up. But first, because our index page, our file, our CSS folder and all, they're going to be in a folder called dist. So we're going to create a folder first, call it dist. Then in here, I'm going to create an index.html. Yeah, like this. So I'm just going to create our boilerplate, and I'm going to call this show house, and I'm going to put an h1 for now. Say hello world, and just put some random text in here and save. I'm going to be using the Live SASS server, which I'm sure many of you who have watched my previous video know about it. It makes it easier. So once you reload the page, it just once you save a file, it reloads the page automatically. So to do that, you can just come to the extension bar for those who are using Visual Studio Code, and you can search for the Live server extension, then this, then you can just install this, and you can just right click and click open with live server. Then this should open on my default browser on the port 5500. So it looks like this. Like I said, once we save a file, it automatically reload. So once just to show you guys from SASS and save, I don't have to come here and hit the reload button. It automatically reload itself. So just to show you guys the node SASS, I'm going to create a folder called SCSS. Oops, capital letter like this, and in here I'm going to create a style sheet .scss, because when we're using SASS we use the extension .scss, not .sass. We use SCSS. I like using this. So in here, like I said, we have variables in SASS, so you can just put a variable that's called color, and then let's give it a dark color, and just to show you guys, let's give it a background color of the primary color, and let's change the color to a white color and save. Like I said, we cannot include SASS file into our index page. So right now I'm going to link our CSS, which is going to be in a folder of CSS and in a file of style.css. So if I save down, nothing's actually going to happen. So we need to compile our SASS into regular CSS, and to do that we're going to use the node SASS. So to use the node SASS, you need to have Node.js installed. If you don't have it, you can just search for nodejs.org. Then this is the website, and you can just download either the most used or current, anyone. You can download and go through with the installation process, install it, and just once you have done that, you can come to the e-commerce team, and because I'm using it, you can open your regular command line. I'm using git bash, so I'm going to click here, and just to confirm if you have downloaded, you can type node --version. It should give you the current version which you downloaded, which mine is 14.17.6. so yours might be different depending on when you're watching this, probably a year later or so. So to use the node SASS, we need to install something globally. So we're going to do npm install -g then SASS. Or if you're on the Mac, you will do sudo then npm install, but I'm on a Windows machine currently, so I'm going to click open. I'm going to press enter rather, then it should install it. I believe I have it installed already, so it should go faster. Where are you? But if you don't have it installed already, just feel free to go through with the steps and it should install. So where is this? I'm freaking losing my again. So yours will go through the installation process. Then after that has been done, you can now click, because let us open this at the back like this so we can see. So the next thing we need to do, we're going to type SASS then -- watch to continuously watch the SASS file. And where is the SASS file? Is in a folder called SCSS, right? Then /style.scss. Then where do we want to compile it into? So we want to compile it into a dist file, into a dist folder, then in a folder called CSS, then in this file called style.css. So we're going to say dist /css/style.css. Once I click enter, it's going to create that automatically. So it created a CSS folder into the dist file, then with our CSS, which is a regular CSS, it looks like this, and also created a CSS style map like this, which I really don't use. So this is our CSS like this. So if we change this to, let us change this to a red color, red, and I save, it's going to get compiled into this, and this has automatically changed into red. So we don't ever want to touch our CSS folder. Whatever we want is going to get compiled in here, and if we check our browser, it has updated automatically. So SAS is actually very useful, and we're going to see that in a bit. So we're not going to be using, I'm not going to be using the Node SAS in this tutorial. I'm going to be using the Live SAS compiler, which is a VS Code extension, like I said earlier. So I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to delete this completely. Delete. So I've deleted it. If I check, it has gone. So I'm going to Control C to stop this. Control C to stop it, and I'm going to close this. So for those of you who are not using Visual Studio Code, you can use that. And what we're going to do, I'm going to install the extension. So for those who don't have the extension, you can just come to the extension bar, and you can search for Live SAS compiler. Where are you? This is it, and you can install it. Where are you? This is it, and you can install it. Oops, no, this is it rather. The Live SAS compiler. So I have it installed already. So before we continue, I'd just like to show you guys a few of my settings. So we can come here to settings, and I guess this is too big. Let's reduce this a little bit, so this looks much better, I think. Yeah, this looks much better. So I'm going to search for Live SAS like this, and I would like to show you guys a few of my settings. So if you want to be identical as possible, feel free. So in here, I would like to show you guys, this is what I would like to show you guys. Where is it? Right here. So from here, I would like to show you guys this. So this is the settings I use. If you guys want to use this, feel free to copy this. So we just have the SS compiler settings. Then we have this. I want it to format. I want it to be compressed because I don't like it to be like a regular CSS. I like it to be compressed so to reduce the size of the CSS file. And we also have our extension name. So people have .min.css and so on, but feel free to use whatever you want. And the save part, which is going to be in the dist, the CSS folder, which is what we are going to use. And I also don't like using the map, so I just made this first. Feel free to make it true if you want to, and save. And I would just like to show you. I just like to show you guys that. So the way we use Live SAS compiler is in the SAS file. Now we have this, but just once you have installed it, you should see a little watch SAS button here. So once you click this, automatically it's going to create the CSS folder here with this style sheet, and it's going to show you that it's watching. Once I open this now, it shows us this. Which is the body and our color and so on, which is what we have. So like I said, we don't want to ever touch this file. We want to close it. Everything we're going to do, we're going to use our SAS file for it. So I can actually make this smaller, and just to show you that it's working. Once we go to our browser now, it's going to work, and you can see the color is now red. So I guess with this, we are actually pretty set up for now, and we are ready to move. So without further ado, I'm going to put an end to this video now, and in the next video we are going to start writing some real code. So thank you guys for watching, and stick around to the next video. Thank you.